see what we got here. Got in the mail a couple of the new OS3 Lite B controllers. I know it's early. I'm not sure how many people are going to join us, but maybe they'll watch this video later. I've had these for a couple of days actually, just haven't had a chance to talk about them. Hey Jeff. So I'm gonna get all 4 colors for my track. I'm gonna use these as my new house controllers. I had the DeFalco. I still have a DeFalco here. If anybody's interested in buying the DD505, the 2-wire non-brake model, I'd be willing to sell this for $60 as is. It's a $90 controller. It's in perfect working order, but it has no brakes. And I had the 505s back from my AFX days when I was connecting to the AFX terminal track, but since I've advanced into the world of Viper tracks, hey Snuggy. What's the controller operate? Well, these are specifically for HO cars, pretty much. All of these controllers operate just about any. They're all transistor controlled, variable sensitivity controllers, so they will control just about any HO car, from pancake T-Jet cars up to unlimited class cars. That's what's nice about these transistor controlled variable sensitivity controllers. They let you pretty much run any car. You just adjust the sensitivity till you're happy with where the throttle starts. So if you turn the sensitivity all the way down, you're gonna have to squeeze the trigger probably 3/4 of the way or more before the car starts moving. And if you turn the sensitivity up more, you can set it so you barely have to touch the trigger, and everywhere in between. So you set it to what everybody's different and likes a different response to the throttle and the trigger. So I had one of the OS3 Lites, the non-brake models. Let me open these. So they come in these bags. They come wrapped with a rubber band like this. The wires are not tied together, they're all loose. So you're probably saying, hey, how come that blue one's all nice and twisted together? Well, I tried the blue one out, and I wrapped the wire. I put a tie wrap up here and a tie wrap here. I wrapped these two together first, the ones that are closer together, and then I wrapped the third wire around, and gives it a nice kind of braided look there. So I had the OS3 Lite, which I gave away as part of one of the giveaways, and it was a decent controller for the money. It's only $79, but it had full, like, always-on brake. I didn't like that. It didn't have a variable brake. Well, now we have the OS3 Lite B, which has a variable 100-ohm brake pot. So, and it has the variable sensitivity. I wish this was a little bigger, like this size, but it is what it is. This is a $99 controller. Good controller. Uses the same handle as my higher end All Pro Elite model, the wiperless model. I know I've complained before that I like the DeFalco handle because it's a little bit longer, but I could still make these work. I just adjust it up. So when I'm racing with guests and I have to use the house controller, I don't use my fancy controller. I was struggling with the DeFalco 505 because it didn't have any brakes, and I'm to the point where I missed not having the brakes. So I bought these OS3 Lite Bs more for me, for when I'm racing with guests and visitors, so that I have a more pleasurable and can drive better. And it's a really decent controller for the money. It's got a 40 band wiper in there, which is pretty good for this price range. The DeFalco is a 16 band, I think, and even the higher end DeFalco is, I think, 30 bands, something like that. And I don't know. I'm going to have to test and see how much difference the having more bands. I think it's supposed to give you more control, like a greater range of controlling the power to the car. But so I sold my white and blue control. Oh, one of the guys is here already. Give me a second. I gotta let somebody in. Doing a quick live show. But you can come in and do what you want to do. Vinny's in the house. Say good morning, Vinny.
Good morning, everyone.
I'm just talking about these new house controllers that I've been buying. I ordered the red one, so I have the red one on the way, and I got to get the yellow one still. I'm just trying to catch up on the comments here. All right. So, yeah, the OS3 Lite B has the brake pot and the sensitivity. $99 controller. You can get them in different colors. I'm getting them for my lanes to match the red, white, blue, and yellow. I like that it's all enclosed in the handle. It looks durable. It looks like it can take some drops and some abuse. So you hear that? That's got a little squeak to it, huh? Let's see if we can get rid of that little squeak. Get yourself some dielectric lube here. I use this super lube. One of the nice things about using a wiperless controller, you can do your thing. Steve should be here soon. Let's see if this gets rid of the squeakiness. I do like that this is open here already, and you can oh yeah, look, it already got rid of that squeak. So probably should put a little bit of that on this blue one too. I actually use lighter fluid to clean these pads when they start to get, you'll get some carbon buildup and stuff over time, so you do have to do some maintenance on your wiper controllers. It's got a pretty nice trigger, smooth trigger. I was watching Steve on BS Slot Cars. He has these controllers, so that's kind of how I heard about the OS3 Lite B. I didn't know they made a variable adjustment, so thanks, Steve, for showing that off. Everybody go check out Steve's channel at BS Slot Cars. He's a great guy. He has good content. Also, Joe from Blue Oval Racing also did a little review of the OS3 Lite B, so go check out those guys' channels. This cord is all mixed up here, the white one, because I didn't tie wrap it yet. I think they could send it tie wrapped. I've never gotten a controller that wasn't, even their higher end controller, you have to, I don't know, maybe they're giving people the option of doing the wire how they want it. I don't know, but it would be nice to, in my opinion, to come wrapped up already, but not the end of the world to have to do it yourself. Like I said, I take the, let's see if I can show this. I take these two wires here and I just basically twist these two wires around. Twist it as tight as you want. Oops, but then if you let go of it like I just did, it unravels. And you'll want to leave, depending on your track, like to hook up to, oh, I just dropped it. to hook up here, you got to leave some space, so you don't want to wrap it too tight. So if you're, yeah, that's fine. That's why we bought it, so it could take some abuse. I don't really think it hit the floor. I think I caught it in time. And then I take the third wire. Try not to pull it off the table again. Anyway, I'll do this later. It's not easy to do on camera, but you get the gist. You wrap the wire however you want, but you will need to wrap the wire. Hey, Jim. Hey, Roski. So if anybody's interested, wants a nice DeFalco for their home track, I'd be willing to put an AFX terminal on it for you for a few more bucks. I'll do that for 70. I'll sell it as is for 60. 70 plus shipping. I also have a DeFalco with brakes, which I would sell for 80 as is. It has a yellow handle on it, but I am looking to get rid of the red and yellow handled DeFalcos that I have, because I am switching to the OS3 Lite Bs. I have the red one coming. I got to order the yellow one still. You guys want to? I don't know if you guys want to see how the controller handles. I'll run some laps with it, and we'll kind of compare it to some of my other controllers while we wait for the guys to get going here. All right. Maybe I'll move the camera over here. Is that view okay? So you guys could try and get our ugly mugs in the view here, so you don't just see our fat bellies, or my fat belly. Mini skinny. Hey, Carl. Hey, John. So we got the OS3 Lite B. It's got pretty much your standard length cord that you would expect. It does use steel clips rather than the brass clips, so there is a little bit of a downgrade there, cost savings on the alligator clip. I think they have a little bit better electrical connection with the brass, or I think they're brass, right? The All Pro model has the brass connections. All right. I'll run one of my TFX cars here. Turn the sensitivity down. Track should be nice and clean, Vinny. I gave it a good cleaning. I wiped it down this morning. Yeah, this is controller. I can definitely get by with this controller. So that's a TFX car. Running Mega G Plus with it. I'll be turning the sensitivity up a little more for the Mega G Plus. Handles that car well. This is the Tyco 440 times 2. These cars, I actually was going to do a live, I should have, but I just replaced the armature. I replaced the armature in the Tyco set with a 3.5 ohm armature. Definitely made the cars a little more peppy. So all the Tycos, I also switched.
What did it have before?
It had the stock, whatever this is, like 6 ohm stock arm is. I also put the dual springs and the full contact shoes on the car now. So these things.
So it's gonna have a different feel, right?
It is. It's definitely quicker. So that's a Tyco. These are all 6 ohm cars other than the TFX, so there's not going to be much of a difference on the controller side, but I'm just showing you all these different cars. This is a Super 7. This is the Viper B-Spec. These are all from my Well, Palm Auto Spa. They're working on my wife's car. I'll have to check that later. Now the Viper. Hey, Steve's here. You right back? Hey, what's going on? Oh, he's got a box.
Smells great.
Smells like meatballs.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, come on, Steve.
I was just doing a live stream, so we're live on YouTube.
All right.
Say hi, Steve. We got Steve. We got Steve and Vinny in the house now.
On the same line here.
I think that's gonna be it.
All right, I've seen a few. There we go.
Oh, I'm the plain Jane of the crowd here. I almost wore my Mark Slot Car Garage shirt today.
So, these are your cars I was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
My neighbor has an app that has TFX that was 14, this is $20. It's the same thing, but it comes with its own rear wheels and tires and independent suspension. I don't have streets for this, so.
Hey, battery.
I guess for this chassis, I mean, the body.
I do like my Lucky Bob's controller more so because it's wiperless. I've really kind of gotten used to the wiperless controller. But I'll be honest with you, I don't really use all the features that it has, and I didn't with my OS3 either. I really use brakes and sensitivity. I don't use the choke or the coast very often, so I do like the green LED because at a quick glance it tells me that my controller is hooked up properly. So that actually comes in handy. But I do like the feel of the wiperless controller, and I like the size of I like the DeFalco handle. So this was a good fit for me, which I've gone over. So yeah, I have gotten used to the Lucky Bob's. I do like it. I think it's a great controller. But it's almost $300. This controller I was just driving with for $99. It works well. It really does. I mean, you know, it's what you want to spend and what you do and your driving style and how good of a driver you are. My driving skills are debatable. So I'm going to put this back over here so you guys can watch us drive some cars. I'll try and keep up with the chat for you guys.
I gotta get a black one. I have a black and a red, but I don't have the red for this right. I got let's sell it. I'm in.
Oh, yeah, you really like that one, huh?
Yep. Well, I have all the Camaros. And then Paul gave this to me. So it's the same thing, but it comes with the magnets. And this is what Ralph has.
Hey, you a man?
Yeah, he has the paint. Yeah, he makes the paint.
I know, actually, I have a black one over here, but mine wasn't working.
That's all I club. Yeah. Yeah. This is a dash.
Let's go over here and see. You know, Vinny and Steve are deep in conversation about something. I don't know what are these guys talking.
He's trying to learn Steve. He's trying to learn Steve.
Steve's getting some pointers from Vinny, I think, about the Frey type cars, the Whizjet cars, which Steve likes.
Yeah, that's an auto world too.
I got this, one of those cars that you pull it backwards.
Yeah. Charter Lightning, same thing.
Oh, okay.
And then this should be model loader. Actually, this is
I like that.
yeah, that's
But it's a short wheelbase.
yes, it's this is model loader. That's auto roll. I can tell you, this is a auto roll. I can tell you, because I know all
I
the
had this on a TFX.
This could be model loader in R or auto roll. Model loader. This is model loader. So that's model loader, right? That's auto roll. This is dash. That's auto roll.
Fits perfect on the car. You put it down, boom. Perfect.
This is original work.
Oh, and this piece is great for TFX.
Well, let's see what, how do you use this to break it in?
Well, like I was saying, how the voltage, a lot of the amps.
So let's say I got the white one.
That's sometimes I don't have too much.
It's on the budget.
Getting it to, get on the budget.
Right, that's right.
So yes, so that's coming up good. So, you want to know like all five,
Yeah, it's not the quality here. Sure.
but even know before, one as well. That's a good time. Have you run on the track yet?
No, Rock.
Yeah, not yet.
No, okay.
Oh,
I thought you
I
were
do it
doing it.
first. Yeah.
You hear drag on that. You know what it is? I gotta take it.
You put something to drop on the top. Another thing too that I learned was
I wanna see how well this runs. I'll run it.
yeah, I'm curious too.
How's the Tyco run work?
Good, although I took a little effort. There's a couple of interesting things I discovered about Tyco that maybe you guys are aware of.
That's a shoe pressure.
Yes.
What about this one I had to buy, when you buy these or dash, they come two ways. Like I said, this one came already hypoed with these shoes and the independent suspension. But this one I had to add all that stuff. Because it came with regular shoes, the body.
Yes. Wanted to rock with it. Believe it or not, you got the brake car, the body on it tight, or one like crap.
Yes, correct. My track is a Viper track, although Viper no longer sells tracks. You'd have to go out to Musgrave Racing, reach out to Willie Musgrave. They bought Viper's track business, so you can get a similar track like this from Musgrave Racing now.
You wanna have the shoes, you know about having the shoes flat.
Right, like this one.
Right. You put it on like put it on a piece of crack or see, this is what I do. That's what,
I like the track better.
But yeah, I like the track.
Because then you can do the
And
pins.
see the pin. I mean, not, the track is a little different, but it's a good eye. And you can see the flatness, and you can put it on the space, and you can see how flat the shoes are touching.
The pin might be cut, not the cut. It's like right on the bottom.
Oh, yes, yes. And then what you do here is you put it there, see how it has the hole, so you can see the shoes, how flat they're touching.
Yeah, that's what these.
You can see, yes. That's the toe heavy. I want to get one of those. I like
I have a contact on Facebook guy that sells both 014, 012.
You just snip your,
see what you see how you can see how that's toe heavy? See it's touching the rail in the front on the right hand side, you can see a space
you mean right there?
between the silver metal and the shoe.
Yeah.
Hey, Viper Mike.
It's got to be flat all the way across.
That's
So
a big
that's
set.
one side, you gotta.
Hey, both Mikes.
Take a while, you gotta like bend it a little bit. That's something a learning thing too. It's,
See how this runs?
yeah, I'm curious too, I wanna see how
I'm
they
curious.
runs. And I want
I
to
was
see
doing I just picked up a couple of these OS3 Lite B controllers, showing those off. I'm gonna use these as my house control. I mean, I had guests and stuff.
Oh, I can see this. You haven't done this pin.
That's the pin.
You haven't cut this one.
You might have to cut that.
It runs.
It's dragging. It's dragging.
So, before I leave today, I have to get measurements.
This is about how low I actually cut my pin. Pretty low.
I can't see that.
You probably don't have to cut it that low, but
Mind if I cut it?
No, cut it. Please cut it.
yeah, these
Oh,
are
he's got a toe, a nail clipper. That's great.
these are what I did to the Tycos. I took the dual springs, the full travel shoe,
Oh, I gotta give you money for the dual spring
and
pin.
better on. Yeah, I'm gonna do an order today, so
Okay.
we'll go over that because I need to get some other parts for the Tycos.
You want to remove pins to chassis.
Okay.
When you loosen it up.
Yeah, it'll slide.
Yeah.
But one thing I discovered, I don't know if you can see, but two of the cars were dragging. I couldn't understand why are they dragging. What is different about these two cars? And you can see that there's rail marks in that bulk, the back bulkhead, right there and right there. And it has a number 2. Any bulkhead that has that number 2 somehow seems to sit lower. Because the other two I noticed didn't have the number 2, and I found some other Tycos that didn't have the number 2, and I took those rear bulkheads, problem solved. The two cars that make that dragging noise have that number 2. I don't know what that number 2 means.
You know what it mean? You know what it might be?
And they are different.
Because they have those curve fenders that go upside down and all that stuff.
It's also, the bulkhead is square here. Here it's shaped like a cone. So that the openings, there are differences in, obviously, I don't know much about Tyco, I'm not a Tyco.
I don't know this.
But there's obviously some differences. But yeah, here, check these out. Now that it's got the better
Internals.
Well, how's it run?
Not too good yet. Well, maybe need some oil or whatever.
Yeah, like I
Didn't
said,
really
it's not
do
broken
anything
in.
with this, right?
Yeah, so I'm under, well,
That's all it's for. Oh, this. Oh, this is Lucky Box.
yeah.
I got the wrong one. I don't know how to use that.
It's actually got all the same stuff as this one, just different switches.
Cool. These are pretty good. I don't know, Ben, these are pretty good.
Which cars are these?
$14 dash.
These are the ones you bought?
Yeah, with the front end. I mean, they're not as fast.
Is that oil?
Yep.
It's a little noisier than the
Oh, yeah.
TFX. That has metal gears?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's not bad, huh?
No, this one is not going very good.
I like this one a little better because it has the
Yeah, well, that
weight
one
front
right off
end.
the bat had good numbers on the breakout box. This one has high number. I put a little oil on it. Maybe something else. This is the first I said, the first time.
The TFXs are better than these. Oh, it's getting faster. I guess they got it, we broke it in, but it's not broken in enough.
Oh, yeah, definitely has a little break inside sometimes.
Yeah, it's gonna go fast. It seems like it wants to
Well,
take off.
even the cars that are broken in, these pancake motors will kind of have to warm up.
definitely like the way the front end.
Oh yeah, you can tell.
Not bad. Needs some work.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to have quite the top end that of the
Yeah,
other
see,
three.
what
What ohm arm is in that? You know?
It's supposed to be a 16.
No, see,
Like I said, well, they're, like I said, they're brand new. I haven't, they need to be run for a little while.
you got 4 of them.
Yeah, I got 4 of each. I bought like an IROC
Let
thing.
me try one.
Oh, I only brought one.
Oh,
But I brought, he notices things I don't even notice. The CFX run right, they run really good right out of the box. These you're gonna have to play with. He knows how to tweak them, I don't know. Now these run really good. These are the ones that Ralph got.
these are the with the magnet.
Yes.
Yeah, the Mondos. Yeah, I like
These
those.
run really good.
Those do run well. Any tweaks to that, like lower the magnets down or anything?
Nothing, didn't touch it. That's what I'm saying, I got them, this is,
Those cars are fast. So what, that must have a lower ohm arm in it.
yeah. Maybe I need to put this on. And it's really smooth, because I asked Ralph, do you need any, he goes, no, right out of the box, put it on track.
Even has nice chrome.
Yeah. I'm just curious to see if they even run. Right, ready to race?
I like those.
I do.
Yeah.
So far, they're my favorite.
Here, check out, so this is the Tyco with the higher, the lower ohm arm, stock rear axle, and I'm gonna show you with this Viper rear axle.
Oh, it's like a C7.
Yeah, they're up there now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now let me swap the axle now. I think I'm gonna pick up a few more of these axles. Just gotta get the right tire size. I don't remember where I got this. I had it on one of my other Tycos, and it has a similar tire height to the stock. You know, I don't want the car to be too low, because it's already, these magnets are pretty strong. I actually put them in low downforce mode because I could pretty much jam the,
I think when they were
trigger.
adjustable.
Yeah, you can, normally in high downforce mode for cars that have traction magnets in the rear like this, like a Viper, you take the surface of the magnet and stick it to the side of the motor mount. And the side that it sticks to, you would put that facing the rail. That's high downforce mode. You can swap it and you can see it on my downforce meter. These cars in high downforce mode were almost 150 on my meter.
Wow.
In low downforce mode, they're not even 120.
I just like
So it makes them a lot more drivable. So you just swap it. The side that sticks to the magnet, you put it on the other side. You don't do it, that's called low downforce mode. This is stock, has a 25 tooth crown gear. This is a 23. So this will probably be even a little bit faster. Plus it's a better gear.
Oh, it's up wires.
Yeah. Much better rear axle setup. So I want to pick up some of those rear axle sets from Viper.
I think it runs really nice.
Unfortunately, I don't have 4 of those, so we're going to have to go with stock rear axle for now.
Better?
No, I did too. See, this is another thing. looking at the shoe, we want it flat. I changed the shoe. You see how these shoes are bent on the top? You see how it's bent?
Yes.
The shoes that you had on are not bent on the top.
Those were just, yeah, those are from,
So when
yeah.
so when they bent on the top, if you look at the car, you'll see how tight I are opposed to see how it sits.
Yeah.
You want to get those ones that are bent.
And those are
on the
bent,
top. We check, yes.
We're going to attempt to run a race in a little few minutes here.
And I noticed it seemed like, see burn scratches all the way across.
Right.
Especially the left-hand side on the car.
So meticulous.
More power. There's a lot of little things with these goddamn cars. But you'd be surprised, I learned too, like, I would give it to one of the veteran guys and say, what's up to the car? They'd look at it and go, go ahead. Like that, you know, because like, if this isn't
But
flat.
a lot of the tweaks and tips are true for all, like
Yes.
the pickup shoes. You want the shoe to be flat, and you want it to touch the rail as much as
That's a
possible.
great line, especially on
Yeah.
the left-hand side. The power, the driver's side gets more power, the primary power, I was told, about however they describe it, than the passenger side. But you want them both flat, especially,
Got a lot of work, I have a lot of work to do.
yeah. So, yeah, all these little tips,
All right, see, that's why I brought it, see, they never run.
yeah, no,
I'll tell you what, this
that's,
thing runs, but you know what? These things are my, I'm happy to slow with these.
the only other thing I would do, but I changed it, I would maybe take the spring off.
Yellow side.
Yeah, and spread it a little bit, make it a little, because I think you were at like 1.8, and I would go to like, I think I have
Want
one.
to make it more tension?
Yeah, so more downforce on the track, so like with my car.
All right, Steve on red, Mark on white, Vinny on blue.
We're doing TFX?
Yes, yes, start slow. Yeah, those were good.
Yep, I cleaned everything. Got them all, I think, running pretty good.
This one is gonna be good, like 2.8, whatever you like. That's like 1.8.
So do you think
We're
that's what?
gonna run the my TFX cars with the McLaren. I think I got these bodies from Dash.
So how do you make that more down for us?
You would take.
Let's do it after, let's do it after. Let's do
Well,
it.
basically, I'm gonna take it off, take the spring, and just pull the spring, just stretch a little bit. You know,
Stretch it, so stretch it makes it more down, because it
because
weakens
it's
it.
gonna be, no, it's gonna make it, if you
Taller.
stretch the spring, it's gonna make it taller, which is gonna give you more push onto the
Okay.
brush,
All right.
onto the shoe, I should say. So push it down more.
All these tips.
Gabish?
Capiche? All right,
Well, and what
Okay, yeah, let's get racing.
that little gauge that lets you check the spring tension, you want to try and get them to be the same. So if one
Oh, yeah, you
shoe
want it
has
the
more
same.
tension than the other, that
oh,
could
so each holds for a different shoe.
yeah, when you put it over,
Yeah,
so you check
you
the
just
tension,
want- you
you
want
try
it
to
just for
match.
both.
Okay.
Some guys like maybe a little more tension on one side than the other, but in general, you want the spring tension to be, and you'd be surprised when you put a car on one of those and you look at it, you're like, holy crap,
Yeah.
these numbers are all over the place. Like one is 20, the other one's 8.
Wow.
That much of a difference.
There's two things to consider. You have the downforce, because you want to get the downforce enough so you get enough electricity, right? But if you have too much downforce, the car will come off on the turn, because you're pushing it off, you know, right?
Right.
Understand? Too much downforce is
And it
Well,
also
the downforce is
enough to get.
It also spring stronger.
It also
You
depends
try
on
to make it stronger, so
the
it's-
car you're running, like in stronger downforce magnet cars, you would use a higher, stiffer tension spring. You want the spring to be a little tighter rather
Because the
than.
magnet's gonna pull it down.
Right, right. So I run springs from 008, 009, 010 is the stiffer. And depending on the class of car I'm racing, I use different springs. So yeah, it's.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what the Cocker said.
Because if you have too much spring tension, then that can make the car kind of, pop out of the slot. So.
All right, I think No practice?
Nah, you don't need to practice
You don't
with
need
these
to
cars.
practice.
Yeah, I'm a veteran.
You're a veteran. Oh, I guess we gotta switch. I'm on white. Vinny, you're on blue.
Did you ever figure out what's going on with your controller?
No, I just, said a prayer.
You're gonna find out. Said where. So is Home Depot gonna call you about the wood?
It's already there. They showed up at 7:30.
Oh, all right. Well, we should go build your table.
Yeah, that's what I'll be doing later.
You can go over there after lunch. We'll go to Lindbergh's and then we'll go over and check out your stuff.
Yeah, you want?
All right, you guys ready? You ready, Vinny?
Yes.
Yeah, you look awfully relaxed, sitting down and everything.
Yeah.
Here we go. Remember to hit your button, Vinny.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
Get the hair out of my eyes. Get ready for these guys. Oh,
My car's not going.
Yellow line.
Your phone going?
Actually, you know what? Let's start over. And let's just run all the lanes
Yes.
to warm things up.
We need to warm things up. Yeah, it's gonna be a process. This track building thing.
Yeah, no, I know it is.
We get it done. I'm excited. Can't you tell?
Yeah, I'm excited too. You know the track that race on?
Hey, can you give me a push?
Yes.
Thank you.
Actually, you know what? Hold on here.
Cleaning.
Run this. Take that car off. Run that car a few times.
Fine, there's any oxidation in here.
The track a couple of days ago really good, and then I wiped it down this morning. Alright, you can put the other car on.
Alright.
Right lane seems okay. Still not going. Pick up shoes dirt. Oh, there he goes.
I think back the car's coming in.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Be a rough day.
And you.
Rod Lane, Vin.
Alright. Oh boy.
Excuse me. Grab the controller, dude.
Vinny, why don't you switch over to yellow real quick and run some laps, make sure the yellow lane's working, or here, I'll put my notes, okay? I got it. And we'll use these new house controls.
Matter of fact, I'm looking at my shirt. You see that win the Mets got last night?
I did not watch the Mets last night. I watched the hockey game. Panthers.
Panthers
Oh,
unreal.
God, they.
I couldn't stay up.
18 seconds left. They give up the lead. They give up the lead, and it goes into overtime. The Panthers were winning by a goal with 18 seconds. They
Won.
Oilers. The Panthers actually won in
Won.
double overtime.
Double overtime.
I went to bed too. I didn't stay up for the whole
I
game.
was falling asleep during second overtime. But yeah, game one, they lost the lead, the same thing in like a minute and a half
I
left
know.
in the game.
I know. They could have had a 2-0 lead. They're fortunate they got away with. When they gave up that goal with 18 seconds, I turned it off. I'm like, they're gonna lose. I know
Look at that game.
They're gonna lose another game.
The Yankees were beating up on Boston, but the Mets, I was looking at the Mets on the
Yellow.
phone. Lindor came
That's
off the
good now.
bench, pinch
Good.
hit, walk off, with
Oh,
a broken
nice.
toe.
A broken toe. That's gotta.
Yeah, a couple of days ago, he got hit in the foot. He had a broken pinky toe. So he played the
Hurt my
game,
toe just thinking about it.
and then they said, okay, well, take 1 or 2 games off. And then last night they asked him to come off pinch hit, and he got the walk off win for the Mets.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, he's been doing.
Hey, Bob. We have 20 people watching us. That's a family channel. I did say it's not made for kids, though. But my channel is actually monetized, and I do have to say whether it's offensive language or this or that. I have to go through all this stuff.
Depends if I'm winning or losing. If I'm losing, it's gonna be swearing.
All right, here we go. Let's record this. We've got all the lanes, I
Oh,
think.
these gadgets. Oh, you should. I went to the 50th anniversary of the Rocky Horror Show the other night.
You went, where's that at?
The Broward, I think, Performing Arts. It was.
I used to go when I was a kid every weekend, every Saturday. That was Rocky Horror.
All right, you guys ready?
Barry Bostwick, the guy who played Brad in the movie, was there. Brad,
Here we go.
This is
You're
gonna
now
count.
on yellow, you're on blue, Steve's on red.
Get ready.
Get ready.
All right, here we go.
Good luck.
Uh-oh. I'm jumping on Steve's
Yellow
lane.
flag.
Fix me up there, Vinny.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Get ready.
Oh, that's right. Delay.
Runs right out of the box.
Yellow flag.
Turn the favor.
Get ready.
Uh-oh, Stevie's got a lead. Get Stevie.
Off.
Yellow flag.
Ready to overcome.
Get ready.
This
I should just give Vinny all my cards.
Yellow flag.
I'm right there.
Americana, red, white, and blue.
Get ready. One minute left. Halfway through the game. Yellow flag.
All right. Here we go.
Get ready. Yellow flag.
Ready?
Get ready.
Yeah, I think the station you gave me had the reverse switch on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
But when I was putting away all my stuff, I dug up all my other stuff, so I could show you all the other stations that I have.
Yellow
I
flag.
came off too. Keeping you company, man.
Get ready. Yellow flag.
I'm getting scared.
Get ready.
Felt mom coming.
Seconds left.
Hey. Did you see that?
I saw that. We're gonna have to institute a rule.
Red flag.
You got that? You
Oh,
got
Frank
that
Run.
right too.
I know, but it's, you put it on quicker than the penalty.
I don't know if I'm that quick.
He still thinks he's in Brooklyn. I think they won't let you get away with that crap. Hey, yo.
I'm gonna go just for some
I
slice
know.
of pizza.
That was on the news this morning. Some poor lady, 72-year-old lady, was involved with some road rage or whatever. She got road rage person, whatever, hit her with a rock somehow or another. And the guy helping her saying, well, I knew it wasn't a gunshot because I'm from New York. That gives New York a great name. Rock.
Yellow card's clean because that was used.
And,
Yeah, you can clean the white one.
that's yours.
No, that's Steve now. Red's off. All right.
I plan on doing
Saved
better.
last night at all.
I plan on doing better. Good
No,
sleep?
no, it's on the, no. No, it's not. Probably the track, building the track has kept me up all night.
We had such a disaster at work this week. You know, I work in IT and we support almost 6,000 users in our environment. And not to give you all the technical details, but we have a project we're working on where we're migrating from on-prem Active Directory to the cloud, to
Okay.
Azure. So machines are, we're co-managed right now. So it's old school on-prem with your domain controller that's in-house, which is the way it's been for a long time. And over the last number of years, it's all cloud-based. So we're a Microsoft shop. But we have Macs too. The Macs weren't affected by this. But Microsoft has a product called Intune that manages through the cloud. So we've been migrating away from on-prem because Microsoft's direction is they're moving away from on-prem, everything's going into the cloud. Okay, whatever. So, but they don't make an easy way to switch from on-prem to cloud only, so we teamed up with this third-party tool. Long story short, we have a process to migrate. We made one of the guys on my team change something in the dependency. You can set up dependencies for these packages that run. We have this as a controlled environment where the user can go into what's called the company portal and launch the migration tool and migrate their tool at their convenience when they're ready to do it. Because once you click the tool to migrate, you can't stop it and it reboots your machine. Well, the change he made deployed the migration to every machine in our environment.
Oh, no.
Everybody's machines are rebooting on them. Some of them are not coming back up. Hundreds of them are stuck with just admin. They can't log in. It was, for the last this happened on Wednesday. I was on a triage call Wednesday for about 12 hours. I've been working nonstop, like 24 hours a day for the last 3 days trying to get our environment back up and running. It was bad, very bad.
You want salary?
Job security.
I am on salary, yes.
Job security.
Oh man, it was.
My whole job was based on stupid. You're a fireman, paramedic. If
All
you're
right,
no stupid, then you're on job.
Here we go.
Hey,
Get ready.
don't fall off, guys.
I'm trying not to.
I gotta hit the button.
Please,
Oh, you're on the wrong lane. That's my fault. I'm sorry.
Here, we'll put you over here. How about over here?
Yeah.
Because you were by marking.
Get ready.
You all right with that?
Yeah.
Yellow flag. Get ready.
rocks.
Yellow flag. Get ready. Yellow flag. Get ready. Yellow flag. Get ready.
It's not competing, instead of driving. I saw Stevie.
No matter how much brake I
Yellow
have,
flag.
I know, I noticed that too, the car still coasts. It's like, the brake doesn't seem to affect these cars.
no matter how much brake. All right, I have to learn my lesson.
Wait through the heat.
Off again.
Yellow flag.
It's my part that one out.
Get ready.
So we have to drive it a different way.
Oh,
Ah, me too.
Yellow flag.
I hate when I crash right after someone else crashes.
Yeah.
So annoying.
Get ready.
That's just happened to me too. You willed it on both of us. Stevie's will.
And these cars, weather is much better.
Yellow flag. Get ready.
Catching up.
Second flag. Red flag.
My car's
Feet over.
Very,
Right.
very touchy. You're gonna like that red car. On that lane.
Okay. Clean it up real good.
Let me get my grease up. That's the thing.
Better than my dishes.
Huh?
I got the yellow car.
You started like that.
All right, got it?
Gotta hydrate. Tough,
Looks like tang.
tough heat. No, actually, it's, oh no, it's the lights.
Yeah, Mark, I thought I was shooting.
I had too much here we go. I'm gonna get like my dad. When my dad got older, he was like all over the place.
What is this choke thing anyway?
The choke, if you turn the choke up, it reduces, it basically slows the car down a little bit. So if you're over driving and you want to slow, you know, it kind of changes the curve of the, instead of it being linear when you squeeze the trigger, it like, that's how it explained to me.
Get
Well, he doesn't like it
All these
technical.
I don't
knobs.
use it.
All these knobs.
Okay.
One minute left. Halfway through the heat.
Hey, what happened? What happened there?
Get red.
Getting contagious. Ah, I was coming after you and I got burnt.
Get ready.
Ah.
It's like a slap. Red flag. Heat over.
Oh, no. This is getting too tight.
Watch it later. Mark, you're on red?
I am on red.
Okay, so you were on yellow, so red's gonna go there.
Yeah. You were on blue, you're yellow now. He's on white now.
Red. I don't know why he's
And he's over here.
No, I'm white now.
He was
I
blue.
was red, now I'm white.
Oh, he was red.
Yeah, which right here?
Oh, that's where the red car was? Oh, you took a chip here even though that car wasn't being used?
Yeah, like I said, I just think well. Didn't get
I
that
didn't
signal
clean
last
yellow
night.
yet.
Nobody's on blue?
All right, race fans, here we go, final heat. And I gotta check my phone because my wife's car is in the shop and they called earlier. I think it's ready.
What's wrong with her car?
Get
Oh,
ready.
nothing, just an oil change.
You haven't done a BMW or?
No, oil palm oil spot. I like those guys. I've been using them for years.
Yellow flags.
Who cleans your car? He's blaming it on,
Get ready.
blaming it on the car.
I extra clean those tires.
Cheating.
Oh, again. What the heck?
Yellow flag. Get ready.
I play by the rules.
Yeah, that's because you.
I was trying to fix you
right in
even
front
out
of
driving.
You teach him easy to walk, do not push the button down. How can you do
Yellow
I told you that car is very touchy.
Ah, is that what it was?
I think you should put this.
I got it down low.
I would turn that up.
I think it's the shoe tension.
Well, I didn't check any shoe tensions.
I thought you put two buttons on Florida. Yeah, that car is very touchy.
1 minute left. Halfway through the heat. Yellow flag. Get ready. And seconds left. Checkers live.
Oh, Vinny and Mark, Steve with the victory at 62, Vinny and Mark 59. Where did you finish, Vinny?
Right there, you got it. You got it, Mark.
Got me by section.
All right, I got them by sections. That was fun. Always fun with the
I
TFX.
don't know if I want to take a picture. But I only took the one picture. Yeah, I was thinking when you were saying that, Mark, I know a fella at his track,
I like it.
and he's talking about keeping track of scores and stuff.
Yeah.
For his track, he has a board, and it's for his track, the fastest times in each lane for
Right.
each class.
Well, you know, the software does it. Like, I can save the files if I really wanted to be that organized. I can go in and.
Yeah, but the board isn't that big, you know, you got a small board this way, you know, somebody just looks
Yeah,
and
yeah.
says, oh, look, you know, but sometimes the numbers stay up there for a long time. But then again, those guys, they're like,
You guys exited me by a lap on red. We
Oh,
all,
yeah.
look at that, we all did 14 on white. Yeah.
Stevie, 16,
Steve is,
316.
Steve is the reigning TFX champion. He likes those cars, he's got them down. All right, guys, I'm gonna sign off for now. I hope you enjoyed that race.
Did you do lap times?
No, not yet. You can do it if you want. What I do with the keyboard?
That's one.
So for the lap time, you go to view data, because you'll have the same software. You go down to best laps. Steve across the board. Yeah, you push those cars, I would fall off.
All right, that's all we're racing at my track.
All right, guys, I'm going to sign off for now. I hope everybody has a great rest of your weekend.
There's a ringer right there.
And check out the OS3 Lite B controllers. All right. See what the peanut gallery's saying real quick before we sign off.
great show, enjoy your day, blah, 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 the usual stuff.
All right.
Check.
Curious, kind of curious.
Once I stop it, you're gonna lose the chat.